Hi Tim, how are you doing? Welcome to Badman Uncut, my first vlog. I hope you're all doing well. I hope everything is well. Komuri kuko zvese zviri kufire, back home. Okay, this is my other story. Okay, this is the other me, apparently from music. I think Mnongoza Batman, Ngongo, and stuff like that. But anyway, let's touch the reality part of life. Entertainment, tunaona kids where we listen to what we listen, we enjoy. But this is facts building and work our opinion. We need also to engage. Let's engage and let's talk about reality. But really, okay, situation ilipo, guys. Me coming in is the hard hit according to the diaspora life here to Kurarama right now. There are things that are actually affecting us right now, currently, speaking on behalf of everybody, but diaspora. It's situation here, we need to talk, let's engage, let's discuss on how we can actually come in to say, look, this is done deal. If I'm going to go back home, how are we going to get about it? And don't know, she can say, how am I going to manage? How am I going to overcome? How am I going to put food on the table? How am I going to continue building the legacy that I'm building, which is for my future generation? You see, those are the things that we actually need to highlight and same time engage and see if we can share ideas. But really, okay, if not living now, how am I going to actually build up the process and channels say, and how am I going to meet the other guys? And then, get the system going. Also, besides that, to the unfortunate ones who can also have been affected badly, because of the situations that media and because some of those things is eating other people psychologically, it's affecting. Some have been actually affected badly financial wise, even automatically for all the savings on it that they have been affected badly. You see, so there are those things that we actually need also to meet in between, and then we discuss. But guys, this can work. Let's an update of even what's happening background. Background. This is not to get a position, but we're talking reality as a reality. Really hard hitting people who were actually like in a position stranded, nowhere to go. That's the other side of the story. If not stranded, I am planning to go. How am I planning to relocate back home? If I'm planning to relocate back home, am I going to be able to change the game? Because certain key points at the whole issue, the reason why I've actually come up with this vlog is a point there, quote, outside there, it's not easy as we speak. But now, because I'm thinking, or maybe the other guy is thinking, I need to relocate back home. How am I going to relocate back home? Am I ready? Can I just go and beg and is that readiness available? Is it there? Is it already geared? Is it activated? And then you see, no, look, I don't think it's activated. So we are here to show the key points, Ripo. Or are you having any communications when I was back home to give you at least what's really on the ground to say, no, look, this is going to be positive for me to say I'm stepping a foot back home. If not so, then let's share the ideas. Okay, situation as it stands. If I put it across this way, Zim situation is not the Zim situation that Yaonogonangoga said. When we left, or partly or some of the other guys when they left, they left things were sour. But when we left, those who left, was not got an opportunity to cross, are even way ahead of even some of the diasporans. That's a reality check. You understand what I mean? But a point, now we meet in between, we share. So if you're then not in that class, how are you going to be or fit in that class when you go back home? That's another thing we need also to look at. So now as it stands, let's look into the pros and cons that are actually back home. When we look into the business part of how you can start projects, but then there are certain things that actually doing well, currently speaking. If you look into the farming part of it, farming is a basis that is not going to change your passion. Farming right now is doing well in Zimbabwe. If you're doing it to survive, doing it for commercial, it works both ways depending if you have got the capital. Saka zvinoenderana kuti farming yako iri kuenda kupi. Is it going to livestock? Is it going to horticulture? If it's going to horticulture, you then need to know, is it the right stuff that I'm actually doing per ground? Which is going to be a part yekuti you need to research. Kune vaya vatiri kutaura nezvavo ndo vatiri kuti boys zangu pa 6 months apa kana pa 4 months up, I'm setting a foot out of the diaspora and then adopting up again. Those are the things that we're sharing idea pazvidi. You understand, guys? So if it's livestock, which livestock can yield my profits and my returns quickly? There are a lot of categories the livestock is not going to tell us, but also needs a good understanding of how you can go about it. Kunevamwe they are privileged to even have my farms, even vari diaspora. Kunoko antori ne farm atori naro kuzati no, even if I want to go back home, I need to utilize that. I would say thumbs up to those guys, because why? You have the right tools to use wind up a day. So advantage of Wombe. So I can say, if you are pressing play to say you're going home and you're starting something, there's nothing that can stop you, but you just need to have the capital, and then you are good to go. You see, as far as I'm getting information from back home and setting side to say, no, look, this is how I can do a planning from there. Those I can say thumbs up. After that, also we look into there's the money part of it, which is an advantage, which is the pro to the situation at Utanayek back home. If you've got link, if you've got good understanding in terms of mining, connections, building up, and then the next thing, that can be an open door. You see? Then if you want to be in the corporate sector, you also need to have the good eye, the good place, good market, to have all those things set for you. That means once you get on point, you pick up a ground, you know, watching man such a game in church, but also that chain and that also needs to be an advantage to be looked at. Saka kune team iri kufamba nechigame chacho ipapa pana pasina road yacho iri kufamba kabatanidza neroad iyo. It's a bit of disadvantage. It's a bit shaky, if I can say that, you know. Then to an added part of it, I think it's something that we can say there's a lot we can talk about. But from key factors, some of those things are things that can actually relate, you know. You don't want to end up in doomsday. You don't want to end up in a situation look, so what am I going to do? Because from my understanding, from how I'm getting information, from how I'm doing a bit of my research, you can hear that the economy is actually doing well. So if you've got a better idea in terms of how you can set up your business, it shows that, because look, the big rise, people are actually building big houses, big mansions. You can build a mansion if you're getting good money. So if you see some people, they don't even work in diaspora, they've got good mansions, they're having good rise, So it's some of those things we can actually look into. What field or what level of planning they can share ideas, but I tell you, it's not easy, because some people will feel intimidated that if this guy comes in, he's gonna crack into my business and it's not gonna go well, and it's also now a tech war. Things are not gonna come out the way that might expect them to come. But Kungo Wonesana as much as it is, So however, it's bad, to a way Guti. Imagine you set kuti waenda, press play, things go the right way, and then you hit the wall. It's not. So we let's educate each other, let's share ideas. But no batsrana napo, it's you can go home planned, but you cannot make it because maybe you're not getting the right person to share with your ideas, the right person to work with, and then go with you step by step. But you will need actually to connect with the right people at the right time. Diaspora is not easy, but we came here with a vision of growing big. But be the case, if there's opportunity to set your eyes, backyard and get things going the right way. Those are also open doors. You see, trust me, but you need to have the right steps to take or channels to take in order to make sure that you get the results in a good way. However, to end up in a situation yekuti, you know, it's something that you know. Let's talk about the disadvantages. Fine, the disadvantages, which can be a point we go to write. Do you have a backup plan? If you don't have a shelter to that's a disaster one. Trust me, because you're gonna have to be forking money out with your rentals. And if it's an environment, it's not going to be any operational things you're not going to hit at your own convenience, it's going to be disaster. You see, if you might not, or if you don't have the right skill to change the game, that one again is another hard hit, guys. It's something that you actually think of, like, guys, am I going to think the right way? Does Buddha when I was over and it's a garden, apana garden, no garden, apana, and then you're caught in between. So that means if you then not ready to say to go, you need to fix those parts. If you fix those parts, that means you're in a better position to say when you step your foot, things can be going the right way. You see? And then to other disadvantages, it's a chain of things that tends to start hitting. Do you have the right connections? Can a pass number connections and you think you can make it big good? My connection. Because my connection, you think you can make it. It's a lie. But you need to have the right guys or the right people that you can connect with in order to make it to whatever plans you might be putting on background. You see? So then apparently from that, put a position, research is very important. If you don't have proper research, disaster. And then you cannot just fly a bomb. Personal proper research. You need to do something. Everything needs proper research. It needs the right quality of information in order for you to deliver that best result. But however, in another way, it's a point there, those are the current situations no going to criteria, because some of the things you'd find shelter dang apana did pacho pekugara apana did my office auda kushanda nawo anenge achindira nezvauda kuita here apana did pekusvika uchinorima pacho apana did. So those can be the disadvantages according to the ground. But however, on a blueprint, which I can say in a tactical blueprint, these are the major parts of what I feel is not going to be sitting to panorama ideas from diaspora relocating position at the current situation at now is it's team to plan gradually to say they are going there. I would rather say, guys, you cannot just press the button and say jump. If the situation is not going to you don't plan like that, you're not going to go the other way and whatever. But guys, it's bottom line is, do you have the capital in soft lending? What I'm saying about the capital that gives you soft lending is when you lend, okay, are you going to be going to borrow money from somebody, or else you have the little that can say you wake up, you get your 2 slices of bread, then you get your sugar, and then you drink your tea at the same time. If you are having accommodation to pay for, which you would end up town and mixing other deals, and then the same time is there also a bit of return coming in, exhaust funds until you stand your ground, which can be a point here with 3 to 6 months, depending on how everything is gained shape on background. Is no soft lending pattern without the capital needs at least to make you survive within that range of time. The uptown life, racing with whoever is on the ground to make sure to work in 50-50. Also need to have that ground. And also now there's also what we call the hybrid game. What I can say about the hybrid game is kana wanga uchiita madhiri anga uchiita kunoko, you don't have to break or to cut the deals kunoko, then you said bye bye and then wosvika paground but hauna connection iri back to connect you and make sure that those things are going along. Ndikaitawo dhiri padhen rinogona kupa something, but also dhiri kwakabva rikufanira kukuconnecta rinobva rakugamawo parinokugama. That's the best advantage I can say to those people. Probably you can have, depending on the field if that field that link of connection, you need to maintain it, keep it, so that at least you don't have to have stress, but and your things will be going the right way. You see, and to make it a win situation, I believe that can be the only goal, to say look, I'm heading the right way, and then above all, which can be cream of creams, is the survival of the fittest, guys. You see, there are people who even came to diaspora, they never worked for other people. One of us, that means technical skills, you know what you're doing. You're not going to go to electrician, you're not going to go to motor make, you're not going to go to engineer, you're not going to go to boiler maker, you're not going to go to all those line of trades. The list is endless, but it's a scarce skill that will get you on demand. That scarce skill that can get you on demand, when you learn back home. Right now, I believe Zim is running short of most of those people in that field. You can press play and you can be on the list immediately, but depending on but beat fact on the ground, that can be an advantage. But if you just also want to do it on your own, you can also station yourself, open up yourself, and you're running that environment, and then still you can get the ball rolling, because be it a case, those are things that are needed on a daily basis, and one cannot do, but you can do it perfectly because it's your profession, and it's something that the person it's a difficult thing. Yeah, the master key. You have the master key to do that, So, in general terms, I think I can say it's nothing much that we really want to talk about for this episode, but it's just a point of look, guys, readiness to relocate, is it there? Which is something that's really cracking everybody's head, something that's already at a disadvantage. Some people who have already relocated unwillingly, but because of situations. But be the case, anything can happen. You're just thinking, guys, let me shoot my foot back home. To say, how can we work? What do you know best? What the other person know best? How can we meet in between? And then we can share the ideas so that we can come up with the best possible plan. And then if it's a win situation, it's a win for me and it's a win for the next person. Let's see it even in my comments on how we can work, it's something, there's a lot that we can actually work on. But apandangobata in bits and pieces, but summarize to what we can. When I'm coming back on the next episode, we're going to start summarizing certain things we discuss on how things we can work. Sharing ideas, but the whole idea is for everybody to grow, for us to grow initially. So if we can come out right with that formula, that means it's a better me, it's a better you, it's a better person, it's a better next and intellectual to Kura, So my other story, apparently from music, is me. This is me being me. You know more about me as we grow. You know me about me as we go further. But I'm going to share something as an introduction, but we're going to go more further. But there's a lot that we can do, and there's a lot that we can share as a team. But if whether even in Blawayo, Mutare, Harare, Kwese, let's tell us what's happening on the ground. Be it also not only Harare, be it diaspora, the other angles. Let's share ideas. I'm welcome to take ideas from your side. Let's partner up. Let's share ideas. To Batsirani, me, I'm not a sleeping person. I'm a person who actually puts things for reality, But I'm also willing to help with what I know to whoever I can share ideas with. I can say thumbs up to everybody, and let's adapt to the situation inenge ichiitika kana tiri munzvimbo, because kwatiri kunoko pakatoipa. Tikangoadaptawo takatoadapta, takuda kutonoadaptawo if we are adapting the things back home, because home is always best, you know, whether we like. That's why tichizoenda kumaholiday and stuff like that. You know, there's no place like home. But let's build up, let's share ideas, let's get things going, let's work something out. And I really appreciate whoever is watching to say, look, respect nebu uono kwamaito kana pane zvamunogona kuisa comment section is an advice you can share with me, and then also everybody who can read it vanogona kuona, and they can learn something from that, so let's see how it goes. I appreciate, and then we take it from there. If you like, for more, let's subscribe. Let's hit the like button and subscribe. Share with ideas, your thoughts, my thoughts, to build up the best. But anyway, more from Badman Uncut, more episodes coming. Trust me, there's a lot. That the journey is long. The journey is for the future. The journey is kumberi. And it chingobatsirana chingodaro tichazopalana mabasa tichipiwa mabasa tichidaro kumberi. But let's work something out, guys. Anyway, love and respect from Badman Uncut.